Final score from Arrowhead Stadium. Your Kansas City Chiefs 26, the Cincinnati Bengals 25. In a game where it went back and forth. We didn't get to have a snoozer of a game like we wanted. The Chiefs came to the field, the Chiefs came to town, and they said, we're going to run the ball. We're going to play the style of offense the same way the New England Patriots played. And in my opinion, it nearly cost them. And we're going to break down to that. Once again, my guest is none other than former Kansas City Chiefs #1 draft pick out of LSU, my right-hand man, my co-anchor, Harvey Williams. Harvey, how in the hell are you doing this Sunday evening?
Man, I'm good, bro. We've been barbecuing and partying, hanging out, talking football, playing fantasy football. You see, I got my Montana on, bro. So I was earlier. Where my shirt go? I was rocking. I've been rocking this all day long. And then when the Chief game came on, I had to put on my Chief things, man. Heavyweight fight, great game. But I'm gonna tell you this: Cincinnati is not scared of Kansas City, man, at all.
They're not.
And I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be a sock'em rock'em robot. Drag you down the street, and I knew it was gonna be a good game when Cincinnati at the beginning of the game went. It was fourth down, and they went for it. Going that early. That early in the game. That showed me right there that Cincinnati was scared of Kansas City because of Mahomes. Because you trying to go, stat for stat or situation for situation, play for play, you can't beat him. So I think early in the game, Cincinnati showed their hand.
Harvey, what I felt killed or slowed down the Chiefs' momentum. They get down 3-0.
Right.
They go on a long 15-play drive. They even went for it on 4th down, I believe, at the 30-yard line. They wanted to forget about going for a field goal. They went for a 4th and 1 and got it. And they kept going down the field. And then they got 4th and goal at the 1. The Chiefs just ran over 9 minutes off the clock. You mean to tell me the freaking man, the Andy Reid, the guy that you put on Mount Everest last week with Patrick Mahomes, you couldn't come up with a play? To me, that was a success for the Bengals because the Chiefs just used 9.5 minutes of the first quarter, ran 15 minutes of plays, and all the Chiefs did was draw even by settling for a field goal. That, in my opinion, played to what the Bengals want. The Bengals wanted to slow this game down, keep Patrick Mahomes at bay. The defensive coordinator for the Bengals kept 2 safeties deep. He said, I'm going to let you run Isaiah Pacheco, who ended up with 19 carries for 90 yards, and we're going to look at the stats here in a little bit. In my opinion, that's how I felt. It was demoralizing because all you did there was break even on a 9.5 minute, 15-play drive. Harvey, how did you feel when the Chiefs went that long, had the ball that many plays, and had to settle for a field goal on 4th and goal at the 1? Tell me what your emotions were.
Looking at it like that, Shaggy, I can, sometimes coaches call plays on feelings. And I think, probably the wind changed or the crowd was not into it or he was feeling a certain way. That's the only thing I can come up with that. Like you said, if you keep the ball that long and drive it down there and don't pull the trigger, I think, at that point, he started feeling a certain way and he blinked and Cincinnati didn't. But I'm going to say it again, like I said earlier, man, Cincinnati is not scared of Kansas City. It came down to, the Burrow, Mahomes show. And, with the turnovers and different things like that, man, I really feel like we should have lost that game. It was a great game. It reminds me when I was a little kid, I was a Houston Oilers fan. And, every time we played Pittsburgh, it was going to be a rock'em sock'em Dragon football game, and it was exciting. And like I said, I got a bunch of people over here right now that are Bengal fans and Chief fans, and we got Raider fans over here, and it was a great game. And you're gonna see that again. And we pulled this one out, but it scares me the next time that we see Cincinnati.
As Kenneth Caldwell said here, another game played closer than it should have been.
Right.
The only and Kenneth is right. And Richard Nelson says hello from Dallas. Hello, Richard.
What's up, Rich?
And we are not scared of the Bengals. Thank you, Richard, for chiming in.
Right. Okay.
Right. And man, the Chiefs. I mean, let's look at these stats right now. Let's look right at them.
Okay.
Let me take this off here. Isaiah Pacheco had 19 carries for 91 yards. Tough running. As I mentioned, the defensive coordinator kept the safeties back, just saying, okay, run the ball, slow this game down. We just want a chance to win. And it nearly worked. Patrick Mahomes, first off, was 18 of 25 for 151 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. That was the 2 interceptions were really, really bad. His touchdown passes were to the long touchdown pass to Rashee Rice going down the sidelines was sweet. That was a sweet pass. And Jalen Watson had 2 for 22. Kelsey only had 1 for 5. I mean, defensive coordinator really was able to slow, do you feel like that's the way opposing defenses are going to have to play? Just keep their safeties back, take that chance, and just let the Chiefs try to run the football to slow them down?
I mean, they watch so much film on Mahomes, man, and the last thing you want Mahomes to do is beat you throwing the ball. And, he's looking for Kelsey, and he's got my man Rice and Worthy and Kelsey. We got the super friend, and like I'm saying again, man, it just watching the game today. It was both teams up front on offense and defense were physical. Pacheco ran his ass off. I love the way that he runs. Sometimes I don't understand why they put my man Steele in there, because I think that takes a lot from Pacheco. I mean, Pacheco should come out when he wants to, not when they want to put him in the game, because you can clearly look at the game. Pacheco was on the rhythm at the very beginning of the game. He was running like a man that was possessed. And I think just me personally, I think I would play P-Ron a whole lot more than I would put Steele in the game. And I think with the mishap, with the fumbles and the interception and different things like that, I think I thought at the end of the game that's probably gonna come out at the end of the game and bite us. But we pulled it off, and it was like a heavyweight fight. Ali Frazier, who gonna blink first? And at the end of the game, we came out and got the win. That's the most important. So, but we battle tested. We open up with Baltimore. We open up with Baltimore. Cincinnati gonna be physical. I think, having those type of games at the beginning of the season going to help us in the long run at the end of the season.
Jamari Connor had the big sack to force him to punt, but in my opinion, the play of the game was made by backup defensive lineman Tashard Wharton, who forced that fumble, which Jamari Connor took in for that touchdown, because the Chiefs were down 5 at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and, the Bengals had the ball. Tashard Wharton's big forced fumble there was freaking huge. So I'll definitely say that.
They were throwing chicken ribs and chicken over here when that happened. Like a lot of potato salad started flying, and that was incredible, man. We really needed that, and when it comes down to it, man, who makes the big plays at the end of the game? Because I really feel that today they were evenly matched, and Kansas City is the team to beat. I just feel that. If we can keep Mahomes healthy, I think we're going to go a long way.
Jamari Connor definitely, with the fumble recovery and fumble, had the big sack. Number 27 right there. Definitely happy he was Johnny on the spot. And because I kept waiting for Spags to blitz, and he just wasn't blitzing. But what did he do on the third down? He got the blitz, got him off the field, and made the play. And, Patrick Mahomes had 2 interceptions. How about Cam Taylor-Britt with that one-handed catch, that one-handed interception?
That was incredible. That almost my man. You've seen a lot of catches like that. He reminds me of my guy that played for the Giants. With that catch, I think Mahomes should have threw the ball a little bit more further to stretch out Worthy. And I think he was underthrown on that. But I think he just trusts that you got a world-class sprinter, a guy that has the fastest. The fastest 40 in history. Just throw it out there and let him go running up on it. We had a guy like that I played with the Raiders that you didn't even know how fast this guy was, and just throw it out there and let him go get it. So I think Mahomes made a mistake on that, at a crucial time during the game. For that guy to go up with one hand and catch the ball, to me, he clearly underthrew him.
Yeah, it was still a hell of an interception, so he definitely deserves credit for that. You would like to see him throw it farther down the field. I'm not sure if he was throwing a back shoulder to Xavier Worthy there or if he was trying to lead him, but that was still a hell of an interception. And what do you think about the Chiefs? Wanye Morris catches the ball for a touchdown. What do you think of big man with football, Harvey?
Hey, I love it, man. Hey, any two times that you got guys that all they do is 99.9% of the time is block, man, you got to throw them a bone. I wish every offensive lineman could get that is satisfaction to go in and catch a touchdown or run the ball and score or the quarterback get hit and pick up a fumble and I got to pick it up and take it 75 or 80 yards. Them guys deserve that type of celebration, different things like that, and they get off on that, Shaggy, and they probably gonna celebrate him for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then if you really think about it, that play right there. You'll probably see that probably 3 or 4 more times during the season because he was just that wide open because the way, with all the wide receivers that we have and, the way Pacheco is running the ball and the way Mahomes create. So those type of players are going to come, a lot of those players will work doing later on in the season when we need it, especially coming to playoffs.
Right. And Rashee Rice, 5 catches for 75 yards. All right, Harvey, let's keep it real. You and I have been playing football for a long time, Harvey. You've been playing football for a long time. That pass interference call at the end, it could have been called, but it also could have not have been called. In your opinion, when that flag came, I was pleasantly surprised. And then when I saw the replay, I said, yeah, it is pass interference. But a lot of times at the end of the games, NFL referees don't want to be in the difference of the game. When you saw that play happen in regular speed, what was your honest take? Did you say, pass interference? Or did you say, or were you in the same situation as I was?
Can I actually tell you what everybody was saying over here? Can I actually say what they were saying here?
Yeah, keep it real, buddy.
Oh, that was a bullshit call. They went crazy over here, man. But if you go back and watch the replay when they slowed it down, you can clearly see that he got there, a couple of milliseconds before the ball actually got there. To me, when it first happened, I thought it was I didn't think it was pass interference. But when they went back and replayed, and I think New York got it right. And as great as Kansas City is, it shouldn't come down to that, man. If you really think about it, because Kansas City can go, and we should be in dogfights like that, man.
Yeah, the Bengals defensive coordinator really has a number on Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. Even the game that the Chiefs won in January after they lost to the Raiders on Christmas, they came back and played a tough Cincinnati game against their backup quarterback, and the Chiefs didn't really pull away until the fourth quarter in that game. So their defensive coordinator definitely he's not afraid to dare Patrick Mahomes to throw it. And there was 2 costly interceptions, which concerned me. This is my concerns about today's game is, like I said, 4th and goal at the 1 on your opening drive, even if you're stopped right there, you got the rest of the game and you're down 3-0, and the Bengals start that drive up 3-0 at their own 1-yard line at the freaking loudest stadium in the National Football League, Arrowhead. Don't settle, because that's what the Bengals wanted. They wanted to slow the game way down. Granted, it still worked in the Chiefs' favor, thank God. But I think the Chiefs have to show more urgency in that opening drive, because they always say they script the opening series. Harvey, can you tell me about the script when you were playing? Did you see a lot of offensive coordinators and offensive minded head coaches script plays like like it's talked about?
Yeah, you like when as long as I've been playing, even in high school, but not, in college but mostly in the pros, man. You get the first 12, and they stick by it no matter what. And it's like a religion. It's like the Bible. I think it's like a security blanket because we're gonna run these 12 plays no matter what. And down the situation, I'm scripted. I think when they do that, I think it puts the offensive coordinators in a comfort zone because they know that they've been watching film for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And then when it comes down to it, everything is scripted. So they're going to stay, it takes somebody that a rare offensive coordinator to veer from that script. 9 times out of 10, they're going to stay with that script. And I think, it's funny that you brought that up. I think that's actually what happened at the end of the day. Right. But, one series is not going to win you the game. One series is not going to lose you the game. I think, with the turnovers and the way Cincinnati feels some type of way that Kansas City is not going to bully us, and we're not scared of Kansas City. That has a lot to do with it. Burrow is a monster. I think his legacy is going to come down. How many times did you beat Mahomes when it comes down head to head when he's 85 or 90 years old? When it comes back in history, how did you fare against probably when it comes down to at the end of the day when they close the books? Patrick Mahomes will probably be the greatest quarterback that ever lived. And I say Brady is the best right now, but Mahomes is the real deal. I think when it's all said and done, when we close the books, Mahomes is going to go down as the greatest running back of all time.
What did you think of that pass to Kelce that was negated by the holding penalty? He made that big catch, and the Chiefs got it all the way down to the 30. What did you think of that play?
When he threw up the 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think, bro, at sometimes I think when you get desperate, you got a gadget play. And I think one of those gadget plays, we're going to force the ball to Kelce and try to get a flag. And I think, part of me feels like that was the call on that play. Not taking anything away from Kelce, but man, hey, every team that plays us from here on out is going to be like the Super Bowl. So every defensive coordinator from 2 weeks to 3 weeks, later on, they're already preparing for Kansas City. So we got to be on our A game, man. We got to be like Tiger Woods back in the early 90s, and everybody's going to try to come out and cut our heads and bleed us out, and we just got to be on point every time.
With Cliff Schweitzer's comment here, the penalties and the offensive line, I want to address it here, and I want to get your take as well, Harvey. The Chiefs are starting a rookie left tackle in Kingsley Suamataia. He's out of BYU, and he struggled today. He had 3 key holding penalties, and he was benched midway through the fourth quarter. Kingsley Suamataia is the first rookie Andy Reid has ever started at the left tackle position his entire coaching career. Andy Reid believes in him. To give him that, because there was talk maybe the Chiefs pick up Donovan Smith, free agent from the Buccaneers that they had last year that was the Chiefs left tackle, and he won the Super Bowl with them. But the left tackle has been something the Chiefs have needed to address. Last year, when Donovan Smith was injured, they had a rookie third-round draft pick in Wanya Morris, who the world got to see today catch a touchdown pass. When Kingsley was benched, they put in Wanya Morris on the last 2 or the last drive and a half. It was really only Wanya Morris was in one play. Then he was in on the last drive. When you think about developing a rookie, when you think about, I said on our Starcade Arrowhead Allies prediction show, I said, gentlemen, there is going to be growing pains with a left tackle, with a rookie left tackle. Anytime you put a rookie left tackle on there, you're going to grow with them. I want to echo some sentiments in our chat that Lance Twidwell had before the game. Lance Twidwell of the Spoken from Starcade. He disagreed with the benching of Kingsley at that time. When you knew that the Chiefs benched their rookie left tackle with 5 minutes left in the game, what did that tell you about Andy Reid?
He's being smart. It's coming down to crunch time. I mean, don't get me wrong, Shaggy. And the world needs to understand this, man. Football is a hard sport, especially when you put somebody on what they call the blind side. Patrick Mahomes is a $500 million man, and coming down to crunch time, man. If they must believe in him to start him, right? So you're out there playing against grown ass men, and those grown ass men are getting paid, and those grown ass men are gonna be whooping ass out there. And they're gonna be taking names. And he probably felt at that point in time that when it comes down to the end of the game, I got to get this youngster, I got to get this baby out the game because it might cost us the game. I think, in the future, you just said earlier, it's growing pains. He's going to have to build him up. If they benched him and then don't play him, for the next 3 or 4 weeks, I think that's going to hurt him more than help him. I think the next game they should put him back out there and put him in that fire, man. If he start, not playing well and getting beat on every play, then take him out the game. But I think next week they should put him back in the starting lineup and just let him, go through film work and work on his fundamentals, his footwork, and his hat in his hands, and just, his eyes are this big, and he's playing amongst giants, and I think he's going to be okay.
Right. John Kenneth Cadwell says Pacheco's getting X-rays done for the ankle injury. Ouch, that looked bad. Did you see that ankle get when he got pulled back there, Harvey?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a high ankle sprain. And I don't know if you remember what I was telling you last week, man. I think P. Ron and Steele is going to they're not going to miss a beat. I really do believe that because both of them are big guys, and I think Steele needs to get a little bit more in the game so he can get more rhythm. You see how I'm moving right now? You as a running back, you want to be able to move like this and be relaxed. And every time you run the ball, you're not doing this right here. Watch what I'm about to do. You know what I'm doing right now?
What's that?
I'm looking to the side to see if I'm still in the game or I'm coming out the game. You can never get a rhythm like that. As a rookie or a new guy that's coming in, that as a running back, you're the odd man in. So every time I get the ball, I'm looking to the sideline. If I'm the starter and I'm comfortable, I would never look to the sidelines and let somebody come over here and do me like this and pull me out the game and say, get out the game. So I think, if Pacheco can't go for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think P. Ron and Steele they won't miss a beat.
Yeah, it's definitely bummed because Pacheco is, man, he's a great kid. Noah and I interviewed him at his football camp on Memorial Day weekend a year and a half ago. He plays, he runs angry. He's got a great head on his shoulders. Man, I hope it's not bad. I hope
he got a little frame though, man. You got to understand like that, man.
What's that?
He got a little bitty frame. I mean, he's a little Volkswagen that runs like an 18-wheeler. I mean, that's a lot of stress and different things. He runs big, and you got little guys like that, like McCaffrey and him like that. Them guys gonna get banged up, man. So hopefully, hopefully he won't be out for too long, or hopefully he might let him be out. But I think the guys they got behind him that the way Steele runs big, and I watched P. Ron when he was at Cincinnati behind my man. What's the running back name that played for Cincinnati?
Joe Mixon.
Big Joe Mixon that's here with the Texans. I think they're gonna be okay. I really do.
Yeah, Todd Johnson echoes what you said. Glad the Chiefs won, but I want to give credit to the Bengals for a great game.
Yep.
Wow, it was incredible.
Yep.
Harvey, I want to address something with our viewers because it's that year. People come to our show. We're not going to touch politics. We're not going to tell you who to vote for. We're not going to tell you. People come to our show to get away from that.
Really,
we're living in a toxic time where things are divisive. But It is an election year, and we had Derek Alexander, former wide receiver of the Browns, Ravens, and Chiefs, on our show, and he's now the head coach of Avila College here in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And I asked him point blank. I said, "How do you handle a locker room under political situations?" And he talked about how when he was an athlete, how he handled it, and now how he has to handle it as a coach. Harvey, you were the starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs in a presidential season in 1992 and the Raiders in 1996. How do you guys handle it in the locker room the same during an election year? You guys it's all about respect, isn't it?
It's about respect, and a lot of what a lot of people need to understand, man. We live in America, so
yes.
You can whatever religion it is. If you want to pray to a grasshopper or pray to Jesus Christ, that is your choice. If you want to vote for Trump or you want to vote for Kamala, that is your choice. My thing is you have the power and the choice to vote for whoever you want to. You cannot, and I'm gonna say it again, you cannot make people believe in different beliefs or vote for whoever they vote. Just go out and do what's in your heart. Whatever person you think is good for this country, or whoever you praying to, that's gonna get you to where you need to do. That is your choice, and that's how that has always been my opinion. And I'm till the day I take my last breath. You can vote for who you vote for, or pray to whoever you want to pray to. That's my beliefs, and I'm gonna stick with that.
Travis Kelce has handled the Taylor Swift, their relationship beautifully. He's a stud on the field. It wasn't an issue last year, and it doesn't seem to be now. When you look and see how Taylor Swift, she's the most famous woman. Her and Beyonce are the top two famous women right now in America, probably the world. Yeah. How do you feel Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have handled their relationship?
Oh man, I love it, man. I would get pissed off at my wife last year when she started showing up to the Kansas City Chiefs games, and like, who is Kelce, and she's making Kelce, and I'm like, hold on. First of all, don't y'all do that. Kelce was established before Taylor came into the limelight. He was a superstar. I love how they do, what they're doing. They seem like they're in love. And hey, man, if he was in love with Godzilla, if that makes him happy, then do that, and then vice versa. And seems like they got a fantastic relationship, and they're young and have fun and do whatever you want to do. And everybody need to fall back and relax and chill out, man. At the end of the day.
Well, speaking hypothetically situation, well, in reality, Harvey, as a rookie, you had two great Monday Night Football games in 1991. Let's say hypothetically you caught the eye of somebody famous like Whitney Houston, and Whitney Houston fell head over heels for you, and you guys started dating, and you built up a magnificent relationship with Whitney Houston, and the paparazzis were chasing you around all over the world. Oh, you knew that it puts you nationally on that perspective, because Whitney Houston is getting all the support, and she's dating Harvey Williams. And then when Whitney Houston in 1992, when she's making her famous song from The Bodyguard, rising up the charts, she says that she's gonna favor this president. Then everybody wants to get your idea. They're going to say, well, your fiance, Whitney Houston, says she's going to vote for this candidate. How do you feel about it? Would you still stick to your original platform saying, hey, that's good for Whitney, I'm not going to say it? Or would you come out and back her up for her decision?
Hey, if I'm dating her and we are item, hey, man, her beliefs are her beliefs. My beliefs are my beliefs. We're in love with each other. We're having fun. Whoever she vote for is fine. Whoever I vote for is fine. That has nothing to do with our relationship. It's about me and her. So my thing is, if I'm trying to convince her to vote for somebody and she trying to convince me to vote somebody, our relationship is not going to last that long. And at the end of the day, it's about me and her, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
So that's my take on it. And man, I love what Kelce's doing. I love what Taylor Swift is doing, and whoever they vote for. That's none of our business. And at the end of the day, it's serious, but it's not that serious. But at the end of the day, it's who you land next to at night, and that's what the most important thing is. At the end.
Amen to that. Appreciate you, Harvey. Harvey is always keeping it real. People in America need to be humble and learn that we can disagree without hating each other. John Harrison.
Amen.
Thank you, John Harrison. Amen to that. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to start. It's a new category here for the War Chant wrap up. Harvey.
Here we go.
It's called the Hip Hip Hooray. Harvey, who gets the Hip Hip Hooray for Harvey Williams in this Chiefs Bengals game?
Man, I'm a Mahomes fan, bro. I just, you take that guy out that offense. Kansas City is not who they are. I think if he's that iconic, he's that exciting, he's that. The way he rolls like nobody can beat us. And I feel like if you take that dude out the lineup, Kansas City is from a scale of 1 to 10, they rolling about an 8 or 9 right now. If he's not in the lineup, we're 1 or 2. I really believe that. So he gets my hip hip hooray.
Okay.
For this game.
Okay, that speaks. I'm glad that's your opinion on that. Not because I love Patrick Mahomes, and who doesn't? I mean, we all love Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But I want to question that. I want to question, what, in your opinion, did Patrick Mahomes do today to win this game? Since you gave him the hip hip hooray.
Just the way he operates, bro. Think about it. When stuff was going sideways, when he started doing this right here, I like when he started doing this right here. To me, he's give me the play. Everybody calm down. We got this. And he's like a point guard. If the point guard is not bringing the ball down the court and he's all sporadic and looking nervous, and like sometimes if Joe Burrow was looking tonight, that's who he was playing against. I think at the end of the day, man, Mahomes is on the same level with Michael Jordan, right? Joe Montana, Brady. He's on that level, and I think one day he will surpass that. And it's going to be hard if you take him out the lineup. And I'm asking you this, Shaggy Shane.
Talk to me. Take
Mahomes out that lineup. Where are we? Are we a playoff team?
No.
Will it be the same? It won't be the same, bro. Like think about it.
No.
Take him out the lineup.
Right.
Take him out the lineup. So,
okay, a recent update. Pacheco's leaving on crutches and in a walking boot via Jeff Darlington.
Hey, that's going to be a high ankle sprain, bro. I'm telling you.
Dang it. That's not good, Harvey. Damn it.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like my daddy say, don't get nervous. We good. P-Ryan, we good. Still, we good. We good. Mahomes, we good. Don't panic. We're good.
I got a question from Facebook from Jason Frontera, fan of the show. He wants to know about your switch in 1998 to tight end. How did you go from running back to tight end at a pro level? It worked, which is kind of crazy. He'd always loved to get the deets on that. How did you make going from a tight end your final year with the Raiders from running back?
Al Davis came to me and said, we're not too comfortable with the tight end situation, and you're big enough and you're strong enough and fast enough. I need you to do this for me. The old man was like Al Capone, bro. He was like the Godfather. When the Godfather comes and say something to you, you got to roll with it. And I did that. It was a learning experience. It was something. He paid me a whole lot of money to do it back then. $2 million was a lot of money to because all he could have did is say, take a pay cut. This is what I need you to do. He said, I'm gonna pay you the same amount of money that I'm paying you, but this is what I need you to do. And that's how that transpired. And then when Gruden came, on the team, he's like, I want you to move back to running back. I didn't like seeing that. I didn't like that idea, and that's the reason why that happened. But I was doing that as a favor for the old man. But
you still tied an Oakland Raiders record in 1997 with 4 touchdowns in a game. Right. You tied an Oakland Raiders record with 4 touchdowns in a game against the Chargers, and that was 97. So you weren't asked to be a tight end until 98, right?
No, that happened in 1997. But the way that game transpired was that's what they was going. I was going to be like a hybrid. They was going to move me from tight end to fullback to running back to in the slot to outside and just move and trying to get matchups. And that's the only time, that happened. And Al Davis was pissed about that. He was like, this is what I've been talking about. This is how I want to. You remember Casper?
Yeah, Dave Casper.
Yeah. He used to be a running back, and he did that with him. And, we were hurting at the tight end position. And he wanted me to go to the tight end position. But that was for matchups and different things like that, because he knew linebackers couldn't, hold me one-on-one or safeties. That's what that was about.
Well, back to this game, Rob Newman says, seems like Mahomes played risky this game. Would you call us play risky?
No, I just think just at the end of the day, when you start pressing, because you're in a gunfight and you start doing things and putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and it seemed like he was being risky, but I thought he was under control. And sometimes when they showed him on the sidelines, you can see that his brain was working, and he looked a little nervous on the sidelines. But once that dude get on the stage, man, he's like Michael Jackson, bro. They're gonna be moonwalking all over the field, and he's gonna be doing his thing, and he did that tonight, man. And you know, he the real deal to me, bro. I'm gonna keep saying it, man. I know I'm a Raider fan. I'm a Kansas City Chief, but I love that kid, man. I think I'm gonna say it again. At the end of the day, he's gonna be the GOAT. And until otherwise, they're going to have to show me somebody that's better than him.
Back to before we wrap this up, back to Kingsley Suamataia. You know, Harvey, you're a rookie. You looked really great on Monday Night Football as a rookie. You looked great at Denver. I want your mindset as a rookie in the National Football League. Looking at Kingsley as a left tackle, to be the future left tackle, what if you're a coach? What do you tell Kingsley after he's been benched in the second NFL game? What do you say to him?
You gotta understand one thing, Shaggy. Think about this. You're on your left side, right? You're a rookie. You got Derek Thomas. You got LT lined up. Derek Thomas was one of the, even with his first step, is the most explosive. You're talking about somebody that's 300 pounds. And he's in a 2-point set, and he's trying to get his back foot to get back after a guy that's screaming around the corner that's leaning like this, man. It's hard. It's hard to block a guy like that. And you know, you got to throw him in that fire. You got to understand, man. He's not blocking against a college guy or a high school guy. He is blocking against grown ass men that have grown ass skills that get paid for a living. And that left side is the most. You know, when you think about it, left tackles make the most. To me, I think they most, other than quarterbacks, make the most highest salaries in the National Football League. So you got to know what you're doing, man. And he's a baby. He got Pampers on. He got a pacifier in his mouth. He's drinking Similac. So they have to, you know, put him out there and just take it slow. And just if they got anybody, if they have somebody better than him, then put him out there. Other than that, you got to take him slow and teach him the game, man. Because he's going, at the end of the day, Shaq, he's gonna get his ass whooped. He's gonna get beat down. He's gonna get twisted up. He's gonna get his frame twisted up. He's gonna get booed. He's gonna get benched. And there's a lot of things playing that left tackle, man. That's a whole nother level of football right there that a lot of people don't, you know, us on-trail quarterbacks don't understand that.
Right. If he's not starting, let's say he's benched this week and he's going to be benched this week. How do you keep his confidence up? How do you keep his confidence up even if he's benched?
You cannot. You cannot.
You can't keep his confidence up?
You can't. No, man. You know, when you're benching me, basically what you're telling me, I'm not good enough to be out here. You don't trust me. So if I'm Andy Reid, man, you gotta, you know, put him on a short leash, and you got eyes on him, and you got somebody that's ready to go in there. But you can't break him down like that, man, because if you break him down so much and so bad, he'll never come back from that. He'll just shut down and he'll just give up and throw his hands up. It'll be almost like the little kid that they got from the Giants last year. That was the wide receiver that got benched that jumped off sides last year.
Kadarius Stoney.
Had a nervous breakdown. He like Linda Blair. His head is spinning around like this. That's exactly what happens when you do a kid like that. Instead of telling him to calm down and everything's gonna be all right. Hey, we're gonna slow it down, and you need to be a professional. And we're gonna give you about 5-6 plays a game and build him up from that. That's the same thing they got to do with this left tackle, right? Same thing. If not, because at the end of the day, those 2 guys or those 3 guys or 4 guys that getting their ass kicked at the beginning of the season, you're gonna need them guys in the playoffs because everybody get hurt in the National Football League, Shaq. Everybody gets hurt. I don't care who it is. That goes for the first guy, the second guy, and the third guy that's behind him. So you got to prepare those guys to get ready, you know, for the season because the National Football League is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Would you be okay with if Andy Heck is the offensive line coach. If Andy Heck and Andy Reid went to a system next Sunday night in prime time, it's going to be loud in the Dome in Atlanta. Would you be okay if Andy Reid wanted to have snaps with Wanya Moore at left tackle and Kingsley Suamataia at left tackle, like split the snaps? Or would you just say, what do you think is best for the Chiefs?
Whatever gonna help us win, but I wouldn't dump on a kid that had one bad game. I wouldn't do that, if that makes sense. You know, hey, it takes a lot of spices to make a authentic a Louisiana great gumbo. And if you take a spice out, leave a couple of spices out, man, it's not going to be as good. I think they should, put the training wheels on this kid and take their time. And I think he's going to be okay, man, because that left tackle position ain't no joke, man. It really is not, because he's on the island by himself.
What did you think about the Chiefs using their starting linebacker, Leo Chanel, as a fullback in goal line situations?
Talking about the big guy?
Yeah. No, not one of yours. The Leo Chanel, number 54, the linebacker. The Chiefs used him in some odd on short yardage situations where they had him and Kelsey split, Noah Gray split, kind of like in a wing tee setup when they ran those.
Hey, he was running formation I've never even seen before, man. I don't know, when Andy Reid is at home in his underwear, does he got chalkboards all over, and even Romo during the game, I don't know if you was listening to what Romo was saying. He was coming up with formations that Romo didn't even know. And this dude brain is this big, bro. So yeah, man. I mean, it's nice to put big guys in. We had a guy named Jerry Ball that we used to put in. Jerry Ball was a monster.
Oh yeah, he was big, 93.
Hey, bro, and when he got to the Raiders, I saw him take a basketball and jump and do a 360-degree turn and dunk the ball. That's how great of an athlete he was, how explosive he was. So we would line him up in the backfield, put him at tight end, put him at fullback, put him in motion and different things like that. So when you're doing guys like that, from linebackers to defensive guys, man, I love it. I think it's creative, and it goes to show you how great Andy Reid is.
Right. All right. Well, you brought the Harvey's categories, Harvey's hip arrays. Okay, this for the game, Harvey. This is another one. This is going to be Harvey's hell no. What was that?
It's hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. That's how black people say it, bro. Hell no.
Okay, Harvey. I'll let you say that. Harvey's hell nah. Who was that of the game? Like the person that you have trouble with in this game. To me, it was the tight ends getting so open, but for the Bengals. But I want to know who you think who are you most concerned with on the Chiefs after watching today's game?
Man, that'd be hard, bro, because I'm trying to think, man. I got my notes right here, and I'm looking, and I just the way they played, they played great. I don't think anybody, when you say hell no, meaning that they played bad.
Yes.
I just other than the tackle, I just feel like Cincinnati got our number. They're not scared of us, and it's gonna come down to games like that, man. I just don't see anybody that played. Going back and watching the game and looking at my notes, I just feel like we played a great game, and Cincinnati came to play. And you absolutely watching probably the AFC Championship game, and it's going to be who gonna blink first, who gonna make a mistake, and that's going to be the measure between winning and losing in a ball game. And we came out on the big end tonight, and Cincinnati scares me, man. Buffalo scares me, Miami scares me, and all those guys are going to be ready for us, when it's in the regular season or in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely like I said, my concerns are obviously the news that's breaking we've been reading off the live chat. And thank you everybody for chiming in, is the Pacheco ankle. Right. I like the sentiment you have from your dad, like saying, hey, you gotta everything's gonna be okay. You gotta be able to snap back up. You gotta put yourself back into it. Harvey, real quick, this is the last thing I want to address before we get out of here. Tua Tagovailoa took a bad concussion Thursday night against Buffalo. It's his fourth or fifth concussion in his brief, short career. The Raiders head coach said in his press conference on Friday that he thinks Tua should retire. You had a massive concussion in 1993 on Halloween. Todd McNair got knocked out in December on special teams that I've talked to him about privately, and we're going to have him on the show because I got that highlight. When you look at how concussions are looked at when you were playing and now the situation with Tua Tagovailoa, what do you feel as a former player who's been in that situation? What advice or what can you share with our viewers which should be the best for Tua?
bro, if that's my child, and I'm going back from the concussions. I'm not even talking about what happened to him the other night. I'm talking about last year, like when he got slammed on the ground and seeing your kids, he hits the ground and his fingers get like this, and on a different couple of occasions. Then he had another one in Alabama, and I'll be like, they just gave him about 200, and that's wealth that you can't even think about. I understand. I think so. It came out today that he's not thinking about retiring. I feel like he's doing that for his family. But if I'm in his circle, I'm telling hey man, I love you, and it's whatever amount of money it is, it's not worth going out there, risking life. When he's my age or when he's our age, Shaggy. Can you imagine? I know I got guys right now that I know that I played with, and I'm not gonna say any names that are not there, bro. I got friends that right now that I play with that, when you're talking to them, they slavering out their mouth or their eyes are drooping down, bro. And they on medicine, and they don't, when they see you, they looking at you and they don't recognize you, man. That's a hell of a thing, bro. And that's the sacrifices that the guys that play in the National Football League do, because at the end of it, it's about family. So, if I'm his father, I'm telling him it's not worth it. But I can understand he probably thinking about his family, and I think he just got married, and that's a lot of money. Do you put your health first, or do you put your wealth first? That's a choice and decision that he has to make.
Well, that's real talk, Harvey, and I greatly appreciate you sharing that, not only with me, but with our viewers. The concussion situation is something that is monitored closely, because we're losing too many we're losing too many, not only good men, great family men.
From suicide, and I don't want to get too explicit, man. I got guys that I play with now from concussions wear a diaper now, bro.
Right. Yeah. It's sad. It is something that we definitely will definitely observe with what's going to happen with Tua. Our prayers are with him. Our prayers are with everybody in the NFL, because once you put on that helmet and you get out on the field and people will start coming at you full bore, they're looking to, like they say, take your head off. They want to get after you and knock you out. That's always they're saying every time that they're playing. They want to bring they want that moment. ESPN used to have that. ESPN used to have that boom. When they used to celebrate. Now it's not.
Yeah. And the crazy part about that, man, is a couple of years ago, the guy that actually tackled him, Hamlin. Remember, he had a heart attack and he died. Man, my whole family, we sat there and watched that. The kid from Buffalo, man. We sat there and we all was praying for that kid, man. That guy actually tackled Tua the other night, with the form that hit him in the head, man. That guy died on the football field. Man, so that goes to show you how crazy, how serious this game is, and how crazy the game is that you put sports before your life. So I know the money. I understand it changes generations, and it takes you where you're at right now, and it puts you on a whole nother level when it comes to generations after you went, for your family, different things about that. But at the end of the day, it's about me. Do I want to be sitting in a old folks home, pooping on myself, or I can't recognize nobody, and different things like that? Is it worth it? And I say no, it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, the Chiefs won. The Chiefs are 2-0. That's something to celebrate and get back to freaking feeling good about. The Bengals fans are going to be complaining about the refs. We're going to be sending our prayers.
Stop crying. Stop crying. I tell them, stop crying. Tell the Bengals fans, stop crying, bro. We don't want to hear none of that.
Harvey keeping it, definitely. Harvey's keeping it real. And guys, this was a great show. And what you're going to have to do, guys, you're going to have to stay up with us. Next Sunday, Harvey, you ready to do another 11:20 show like last week? It's Sunday Night Football.
Hey, as long as I'm rolling with my brother, Shaggy Shane Williams. You sure mean you ain't got the same bloodline, bro?
Hell yeah, we're related. Let's check with Serena and Venus to see if they're related to us as well. What do you think?
There you go. Hey, I'll be ready to go next week, my brother.
All right, until next Sunday night, this is Shaggy Shane and Harvey Williams. Go Chiefs!
Go Chiefs.